You're such a scoundrel. She gritted her teeth and continued, what do you want me to do? Seeing this, I said cheerfully, then you'll be my servant for a day. Just do as I say. Liu Ruyan frowned. She didn't know what new way I had come up with to humiliate all her, but she had no room to negotiate, so she could only suppress her anger and nod. Then go get ready first. I am going to change my clothes too. Soon after changing, I stepped out of my room. At this moment, Liu Ruyan was leaning against the wall, sitting on the floor. I was a bit puzzled and asked, why didn't you change into a different outfit? Liu Ruyan was seen pursing her lips. She shot me a fierce glare, and then shook her head vigorously. Seeing this, I scratched my head awkwardly, and suddenly remembered, when Liu Ruyan first came home, our parents had bought her a few sets of clothes, but the original owner felt that his affection was being divided, so he sulked for a long time. Afraid the original owner's anger would harm his health, our parents took back everything they had given to Liu Ruyan and even burned it all in the courtyard in front of him. All right, let's go. Let's. First, it'll take you to buy a couple of outfits. I grabbed Liu Ruyan's wrist. When I held her wrist, my top-tier medical skills were immediately activated. Her pulse indicated that Liu Ruyan's body was somewhat weak. Besides malnutrition and stomach problems, her body also had many minor ailments due to long-term, pent-up resentment. But these were all minor issues. They can be fully recovered with some nourishment for a period of time. Arriving at the garage, rows of luxury cars were parked neatly. After searching for over 10 minutes, I finally found a Lamborghini in the corner. After getting into the driver's seat, I felt like 10,000 marmots were screaming inside me. Meanwhile, Liu Ruyan's body was tense. She just huddled in a corner of the seat. She remembered the last time she rode in Liu Hao's car. Liu Hao had given her a disgusted look, saying she had dirtied his car. After that car never appeared in the garage again. I frowned, gently pushed Liu Ruyan into the seat, and helped her fasten her seatbelt. Liu Ruyan was about to struggle, but seeing I had no other intentions, she sat still obediently. The engine roared, and the Lamborghini sped out of the garage. Soon, we reached a crowded street, and occasionally people would throw things through the car window, tossing their contact information inside. Although I was wearing sunglasses, the corners of my mouth were harder to control than the recoil of an AK. Liu Ruyan glanced at me and saw that my head was facing forward, as if I wasn't paying attention to her. So she secretly touched the seatbelt and the seat, then curiously touched the car door and poked at the center console. Suddenly, she realized she might have gone too far. She turned her head to look at me and saw that I was still looking straight ahead, but she still wasn't reassured. Suddenly, as if possessed, I took off my sunglasses. Even though my head was still facing forward, my eyes had been following her the whole time. Seeing a slight smile at the corner of my mouth, Liu Ruyan's face immediately turned bright red. She pulled her hand back and began to apologize. So, sorry. I'll clean the car carefully when we get home. Seeing this, I just patted her head and said with a smile, then we're even. Even? Liu Ruyan just felt a little confused. He seemed to have changed since he woke up. If it were before, Liu Hao would never have helped me block that slap, let alone let me ride in his car. But thinking of his past behavior and how he was treating her now, it must be to humiliate her even more later. She patted her face, reminding herself to be on guard. As for me, based on the original owner's memories, I took Liu Ruyan to a hair salon. This salon had previously styled many A-list superstars, and its craftsmanship was among the best in the country. Pushing open the door, a staff member came up to the two of them. Hello, may I ask if you have an appointment? Seeing this, I was stunned for a moment. I remembered the original owner never made appointments. He was always received by the owner himself. Does your salon require appointments? How come I never knew? Get your owner out here to serve me. After saying that, I pulled Liu Ruyan and started to walk in. Unexpectedly, the staff member blocked my way, looked me up and down, and then scoffed. Our salon has always catered exclusively to top-tier wealthy families. Looking at your nouveau, riche appearance, how would you know the rules of our salon? You look like you're only 14 or 15, and you're already trying to bring a schoolgirl to our shop to cause trouble. If you want to show off, you should pick the right place to do it. Our owner serves the Liu family of Jiangcheng. Just a few words from them, and your whole family will be out on the streets begging. Hearing him say that, I felt a bit embarrassed. After all, it was my first time being rich. I lacked experience. Before I went out just now, I had put on all the gold rings, gold necklaces, and gold watches from my room. I really looked like a genuine nouveau riche. Just then, the staff member's gaze shifted to Liu Ruyan and insulted her. You're a girl, don't you have any self-respect? You just bring shame to your school. If you're really short on money, just tell me. There are plenty of people in our shop who like schoolgirls. Your boyfriend hasn't even hit puberty yet. How much money can he have? Play with us. Getting 10 or 20,000 a month for pocket money is normal. Hearing the argument here, quite a few passers-by had gathered. This girl is so young and already working as a prostitute. I see she's even wearing the uniform of First High School. She must be a student there. Isn't First High supposed to be a top-tier high school? How can there be someone like this? We can't let her corrupt other students. We must report this to the principal. Liu Ruyan lowered her head. The rims of her eyes were red, filled with tears. Then she glared at me fiercely. No wonder he dressed so differently today. No wonder he was so gentle with me today. It turns out it was all in preparation for this moment, all to have me humiliated in front of everyone. Now that this has become a big scene, affecting the school's reputation, she might even get expelled. Are you satisfied now? Are you finally satisfied now? I am begging you, can you just let me go? I will never fight with you for our parents' affection again. Can I leave now? I'll go home, pack my things, and leave immediately. I absolutely won't take anything from your Liu family. You can just pretend you never found me. Her heart felt bitter. Whether it was at her adoptive parents' home or her biological parents' home, she had never been loved. It was clear that all she yearned for was just a little bit of care. Hearing Liu Ruyan's words, my heart felt like it was being pierced by nails. My eyes darkened. I glared fiercely at the staff member, and then kicked him hard in the stomach. With a mouth that foul, have you been eating? Shit, you're just a waiter, yet you dare to spread filthy lies about a customer. Who gave you the nerve? Just because this salon is good, you think you're something special? I pinned the waiter down and punched him repeatedly in the face. The waiter covered his head and screamed incessantly. Liu Ruyan stared in astonishment at the scene before her. She never expected that not only did I not stand by and watch the show, but I also stepped up to vent her anger for her. She thought to herself, could it be that I really misunderstood him? Just then, hearing the commotion outside, all the tawny stylists in the salon rushed out. The scene instantly descended into chaos, but I ignored everything else and continued to punch the waiter repeatedly. But in the end, 2 fists are no match for 4 hands. I was restrained by a group of stylists. You brat, you've got some nerve, daring to hit me. Drag him into the bathroom and pry his mouth open. I am gonna give him a hot one. See if he dares to cause trouble here again. However, before they could even carry me into the shop, the owner came scrambling out the door. He was seen landing a heavy slap across the lead waiter's face. Which motherfucker gave you the nerve to touch him? Hurry up and let go of the Liu family's young master. The lead waiter held his swollen red face and said doubtfully, brother-in-law, did you get the wrong person? Look at the way he's dressed. He's clearly a nouveau riche. How could he be the young master of the Liu group? I sneered. How I dress? Do I have to report it to your barbershop? Of course not, young master Liu. It was our staff who failed to recognize you, young master, and inadvertently offended you. It was all just a misunderstanding, the owner said fawningly. Hearing the owner's words, the expressions on the faces of the stylists